Rise and shine, Wild Pack! It's Bernadette, aka Mama Bear, and I'm here with your yes or no pick a card tarot reading. And it is timeless no matter what your question is or when you pose your question. This is the answer for you, and it will help you in a gajillion different ways because, and I'll get to that in just a second. So, if you're new to my channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. Many thanks to my longtime subscribers. Y'all know you are my heart. And for those of you just joining me, I read from my own award-winning, history-making Arc Animal Tarot and Oracle deck. It is all about the spirit totem and power animals, and it is based on the Rider-Waite-Smith tarot system. So incredibly deep symbolism, lots and lots of it. Crazy accurate readings with my deck are reported from all over the world, all day, every day. And I am going to get into the reading, but I hope that you will like the content that I produce on my channel, and you'll subscribe and hit the little ringy-dingy bell thingy so you get all of the notifications. Also, I want to go on record as saying, for those of you that have been following me for a long time, you think maybe I've lost my mind because I'm going to answer a yes or no question. And for those of you just joining me, I always say, especially in my lives, and I do lives at least one day a week, generally on Tuesdays, but I'm from the South, and so sometimes we just have to get around to things when we get around to it, but generally it's on Tuesdays. And I always say I will not answer yes or no questions because straight up yes or no may or may not always be the whole answer or the answer that's going to be most beneficial for you in that moment. But I was talking to the animal allies about this because so many of you all ask yes or no questions. I'm like, well, I want to help those people in some way. How do I do that? So Spirit showed me a way of being able to answer your yes or no questions by going a little more in depth with each card or a little more about each animal. And then of course, just doing what I've been doing for 30 years, using, working with my evidential mediumship. And so that's why they let me know this is timeless. Literally, if you are guided to this page or this channel, if you are guided to click on this this particular video, that's what they're called, videos, it's divine timing. You're in the right place at the right time for you. So without further ado, now let me just say this, even if you have just a simple yes or no question, I would really invite you, as I'm shuffling the cards and said, okay, okay, interesting. Wow. Okay. So as I'm shuffling the cards and I'm setting the intention to get the messages that are going to be most accurate, most evidential, most clear for you, no matter what your question is, no matter when you've asked the question, I would invite you to set the intention before I show you what the cards are. Just set the intention. What do you really want to know? So when I get a lot of people, will he or she marry me? Will they come back to me? How is my money situation going to be? All that kind of thing. But that's not really what you want to know. If you want to know if someone's going to come back to you, it's not just about that. You want to know if somebody's going to come back to you and you're going to live happily ever after. And so I would invite you to ask that. Are we going to live together in this lifetime in love and harmony and, whatever it is, and be more specific, right? If it's about career, state your career that you want. If it's a job, if it's letting go and releasing of emotions, it doesn't matter what it's for, but try to be really specific. Okay, so this is really interesting, and here's what I will tell you all. Okay, so this card was popped up and out of the deck, and these two cards they plopped out on my desk just like this. Now, I read cards, when they come out like this, I'm like, well, this is middle of the road. It could go either way, yes or no. And you're like, really, Bernadette, really? Because I'm the one that's supposed to be giving you the answers, right? Okay, but it's not me. It's always the animal allies and the tarot archetypes. So let's start with these first because this is, gosh, I hope you pay attention to this reading because this is a what you see is what you get in your face. Literally, it's astonishing even to me, and I've been doing this for 30 years. Okay, so let's start with the Cecropia moth, which is the death card. Okay, people tend to get freaked when they see a death card come out, but I'm a triple Scorpio, so death and rebirth is my jam, and death and rebirth is what the death card is all about. It is about that transformation, that transmutation, that shape-shifting, that soul morphing, that kind of thing. So really what I'm getting is, if you're here, you really are in a transition stage. And if you will allow things to evolve naturally, let the things that are not vibing, the things that are not serving, be honest with yourself. If something's not vibing, don't don't try to manipulate it. Don't take it upon yourself to heal it unless it's within you. Don't be trying to manipulate anybody. Just know that you are at a crossroads. And the cool thing is, I don't know if you all noticed, but originally how the card came out, this, if I turned them this way or this way, it could have gone either way, right? So in this middle of the road, really what's being called on you is to, this is very, it might be a little bit hokey, but fly like an eagle is what I'm hearing. And in my deck, the eagle is, oh, what am I doing, y'all? In my deck, the eagle is the emperor. So what that means is it's really important for you to just take stock of your own life and what it is that you're going to choose to have in your life. Because one of the other things that I teach my students, and anybody that shows up for the live readings or watches any of my readings, is it's really helpful if you don't say, I wish, I want, I need, I hope, I dream. And the reason for that is, when you say those things, what you're really saying is, ooh, oh gosh, I hope that something outside of me makes X, Y, and Z happen, or X, Y, and Z not happen. So if you come to think of things as a conscious choice, and you work with the phrasing, I choose. Y'all, again, I've been doing this for 30 years. The miracles, the straight up miracles that I have seen happen over and over and over. And I don't mean like one off here and there. I mean like every week of my life. I have the greatest job in the whole wide world. Truly, I do. I get to talk to animals all week long and help people. Come on now. How exciting. So that being said, you really are just supposed to show up and take stock of your own life and be a true leader in your own life. And what is that going to mean in terms of a yes or no, pick a card reading? What was the question you answered? And how can you, once you have your answer, how can you show up for that? Now, here's what I'm going to tell you. At the end of the day, the answer is yes. And it's yes in a really, really big way. And what that means is, the white peacock is the Nine of Pentacles in my deck. And the Nine of Pentacles in the traditional Rider-Waite Smith tarot card meanings, it's that lady and she's standing there with the hawk on her hand, and everything is gold and red and the sun rays are shining and it's lush. And she's really, thought of as an independent businesswoman, right? Very successful in her own life, very independent, but very giving and very nurturing, right? So whether you're a male or female or non-binary, whatever you identify with or don't, it's not about the feminine so much as it's about, it's just, whatever this is you wanted yes or no about, the answer is yes. And it's going to be so abundant for you if, ooh, sorry, cat hair. For those of you that don't know me, I have cats. If you will be willing to go through the transformation, through the death and rebirth, you are willing to take a look at whatever scenario that you're asking about in terms of yes or no, whether it's relationship, career, money, love, moving. It could be about a fur baby. It could be about your own spiritual progression. Literally, it could be about anything. Whatever you're asking yes or no about, whenever you're watching this, remember, this is a timeless reading. Your answer is, if you do these things, you will get this thing. And when you're talking about a pure white animal, that is such a connection to the divine, just to the angelic realms and all of the beauty that, some people term it heaven, some people term it nirvana, some people term it going back to the all that is. Whatever you think of it as, or whatever it means to you, there's really good stuff coming your way. If, okay, there you go. Y'all, I hope that was helpful. There you have it. There's your yes or no pick a card tarot reading. It's timeless. I hope that this, if it's 50 years from now and I am pushing up daisies, I really hope this is helpful. So again, I'm Bernadette, aka Mama Bear. Again, remember please to hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and pick up your copy of the Archanimal Tarot and Oracle deck. But as always, the most important things are to do good for animals, including yourself, and stay wild.